Hey guys, it's your boy, Tom Talks Rubbish, and today I'm back with another video, this time reviewing a film called Stuber. This film came out last year on the, let me just look at my notes guys, on the 12th of July 2019. As of time of writing these notes, which was the same day, the film has grossed $22 million in the US and Canada, and a further $31 million throughout the rest of the world. Basically, Stuber is your next take on a buddy cop movie where this police officer, played by this LAPD detective, should I say, played by Dave Bautista, who, if you don't know, is a wrestler and he's one of my favourite wrestlers of all time. Anyway, that's a tangent. Plays this LAPD detective whose partner is killed, and he basically becomes obsessed with finding who killed her. He knows who killed her, it's this drug dealer, and he basically becomes obsessed with getting revenge on him. So the film opens up with Dave Bautista's character, Vic Manning, and his partner, sorry guys, I keep having to look at my notes because I'll be honest, it's been a while since I've seen this film. I can't remember her name, but anyway, his partner's killed in a shootout with this drug dealer by the Staples Center in LA, and then the film flashes forward 4 months, and basically Vic is like a dog with a bone. It's the only case he's working on. It's all he thinks about, even on his off time. It's the only thing he's working on. And something happens. His captain, Angie McHenry, played by Mariska Scovin. I'm really sorry if I butchered that name. Basically gives the case to the feds because she's worried about him, but as we will later find out, she has an ulterior motive for it. But anyway, okay, so basically in the next scene in the film, Vic has to get laser eye surgery, but he gets the surgery, blah blah blah, all good, but a couple of hours later he gets a call from an informant telling him that Trutro, who is the guy that killed his partner, has just resurfaced. But he can't see, so he can't drive. What does he do? He calls an Uber, and that is when, what is his name? Sorry guys. That is when Stu, the Uber driver, shows up, who is played by Kumail Nanjiani. And he is Bautista. To give you a contrast between the two characters, which is why I think it creates a very good buddy cop feel. Bautista's this jacked, muscly guy, and he's very tough and basically takes no prisoners. But Kumail's character, Stu, is not like that. He's basically a bit of a wimp. Like, he'll only do anything that's comfortable. He'll never take a risk. Like, for example, there's this girl in the film that he really likes, and he won't tell her how he feels, but he's opening a gym with her just to be able to be close to her, and she's basically using him as a sounding board for her problems with her in her relationship, shall we say. But Vic, should I say, Dave's character, basically teaches him to stand up for himself, but he in turn also teaches Vic that violence and muscles and getting physical with people isn't always the way. So they basically teach each other a lot. And one of my favourite scenes in the film is they're in his Uber going to see like these drug dealers, and Vic arrests one of them, and he sticks him in the Uber and gives Stu a gun and basically says, you keep an eye on him, I'm going to go get the rest. So basically a struggle ensues. This guy realizes he's in an Uber, and he basically makes fun of Stu and everything, and tells him that that so basically and some other bits. And as he tries to escape out the Uber, Stu is forced to shoot him in the leg, and Batista just comes out and goes, "Good for you, man! You shot your first guy." I cracked up so much when I heard that line. It was so funny. So basically, yeah, the next point in the film, Vic also has a daughter who is an artist and everything, and she's got a gallery opening. So basically, after finding out what they need to about Tutro, they go to the art gallery because her life is in danger. Basically, Tutro is coming after her because he knows that Vic's coming after him, basically. And his captain shows up at the art gallery, basically has a really nice talk with the daughter, whose name is Nicole, and she is played by Natalie Morallo. I'm really bad with last names. I'm really sorry, guys. And basically, blah blah blah. There's some really good zingers between her and her dad. There's some really nice moments between Stu and her, who, spoiler alert, end up dating in the end. I love that dynamic. And in the end, Stu basically drops Dave off at a shootout, where he's going to confront Trutro, but it turns out that his captain, the lady I mentioned earlier, what's her name? Angie McHenry, is a mole for Tutro, and she's basically giving him all the information the police have on him, and that is why she wanted to give the case to the feds so that Vic would stop digging, and yeah, and in the end, there's this really funny bit where Stu basically comes back, and because his car's electric, it's silent. So Dave turned around and goes, because earlier in the film, they've basically bantered about it being silent car, and the car runs out of electric, and Dave basically gets angry, but Stu calls it silent but deadly, and then Vic, should I say? I shouldn't keep calling him by the actor's name. Sorry. And he basically turns around and goes, silent but deadly, and then she gets run over by the car and killed. My favourite bit in the movie, I think. And then in the end, it's now Christmas time, and Dave and his daughter have made up after everything that happened, and she's actually dating Stu, which is a very good ending, I think. A little cheesy, a little predictable, but still good. I've been talking for 8 minutes and I haven't done highlights of this film. So quickly, I'll just say I really like the chemistry between Stu and Vic. I feel like Dave and Camille play off each other really well. I feel like the film is very well written, has a very well-paced story, but at times, because it's it's dealing with drug dealers and stuff, the tone switches from comedy to dark very quickly, and that can be quite jarring at times. I did find that. It's basically just your classic buddy cop movie. So it's all the tropes you like. Some have been played out, but still good. Yeah, I'll give you an example of a tonal shift. When Vic's partner dies, you feel really sad, and then it breaks into this bright, happy opening, which is like, wait, someone's just died. You do get very confused all of a sudden. Yeah, and basically they could have done more to break up the scenes, I think. Overall, though, I found this is a great film, and because this was Batista's first leading role, I think. A very good first leading role for him. I feel like it really helped because Camille's a comedy veteran, so that was really helpful. It was really nice to see Batista bring out his comedic side. Overall, guys, I would give this film a 4.75 out of 5 stars. The only reason it doesn't get 5 stars is what I mentioned before, the tonal shifts being very sudden and just very jarring, and at times you're like, what happened? Like, it just doesn't make sense at times. But overall, it's a really good film, and I highly suggest you check it out. I think it's on Now TV in the UK at the minute, and Amazon Prime, I assume. I'm not sure about the rest of the world. But overall, guys, just check it out if you like it. I'll see you later. It's been a pleasure. Bye!